GCSE Maths finding equation of perpendicular bisector under 90 seconds. Let's go. So we're given with 2 points P and Q and they form a straight line like this. We have to find out perpendicular bisector lines equation. Perpendicular means that it should be at 90 degrees from PQ line and bisector means it should cut through the middle. Now since it's cutting through the middle, the perpendicular bisector will pass through the midpoint, and since it's perpendicular, we'll just take negative reciprocal to find out the slope of the perpendicular line. So first of all, let's work out the midpoint. Midpoint's formula is x1 plus x2 over 2 and then y1 plus y2 over 2. X1 is just minus 1, x2 is 5, so minus 1 plus 5 over 2, and then y1 plus y2 over 2, so 6 plus minus 4, 6 plus minus 4 over 2, minus 1 plus 5 is just 4, 4 over 2 is 2, and then 6 minus 4 is 2, 2 over 2 is 1. So these are the coordinates of the midpoint. So this midpoint is 2, 1. Now let's work out the slope of the line PQ and then we can take a negative reciprocal. So it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 is minus 4 minus y1, which is 6, over x2 is just 5 minus x1, which is just minus 1. So minus 4 minus 6 is just minus 10, and 5 minus minus 1 is just 6. Now if we try to simplify it, m would just be negative 10 over 6, simplified would just be negative 5 over 3. So the slope of this line PQ is negative 5 over 3. In order to find out the slope of a perpendicular line, we just have to do a negative reciprocal. So negative of this would just be 5 over 3 and a reciprocal of it would just be 3 over 5. So the slope of perpendicular line would just be 3 over 5. We know the slope is 3 by 5 and the general equation of a line is just y equals to mx plus c, where m is the slope and c is the y-intercept. Slope is already known, which is 3 by 5. So let's say y equals to 3 by 5 x plus c. Now in order to work out the value of c, we just have to substitute the coordinates of midpoint into this equation, because this equation is of perpendicular bisector and perpendicular bisector passes through midpoint. Now if we substitute these points into the equation, it will just be, since x is 2, y is 1, so 1 equals to 3 by 5 times x is 2 plus c. Now this will be 1 equals to 3 times 2 is 6, so 6 by 5 plus c. So this would just be 1 take away 6 by 5, that will be the value of c, and if we do 1 take away 6 by 5, that's just negative 1 by 5, that is the value of c. Now since we know the value of c, we can just plug it into the original equation. So the final equation would be y equals to 3 by 5x minus 1 by 5. This will be the final equation of the perpendicular bisector. DM bisector, and I'll share 5 more practice questions with you.